Hey, there we are once again. How are you doing? Papa Life, RE, excellent timing. I hope you're well. I've been flat out with work and missed the last couple of streams. Well, here you go. It's like I change it throughout the day. Sometimes I do a morning stream, 1 p.m. stream, 7 p.m. stream. It's like replacing the Bitcoin update, right, that I usually have. And it's very random. So sometimes it's the Americans that's sleeping, sometimes it's the Europeans that are just waking up, getting ready for work, and sometimes it's the Asians sleeping. But there's something for everyone. So today we're gonna do an afternoon stream for the Netherlands, which means morning for Europe. Dutch people are likely working, or it's holiday actually, and Asians are still awake as. Probably it's evening or getting evening there. So Papa, how you doing? Nick K, incredible Sub-Zero, there he is again, always asking for the 5th times as well. CQ, Crypt Invest, 5 a.m. in Mexico. There you go. Early morning. Good to see you actually like up and running at 5 a.m. I like that. Ersin Yilmaz, welcome. How you doing? Good day, meneer Koen. Goedemiddag, Bledu Ramstad. Errol Salaman, J Mob, and Michael. How you doing, guys? What's up? So we're gonna jump in the chart, of course, and we also got a hi from Dubai. Philip, how you doing? There he is again. Dubai. I actually saw so I have multiple business connections in Dubai, so sometimes I'm there. I've been there twice now. Once for a presentation, and once for just regular business. And like the Global Esports Federation, where I am a board member of that federation. And yeah, it's great. You definitely need a car though to travel around. So in today's stream, we're of course going to go through the charts, see what's up, see if we can, maybe we get a bit of action. It's been very, very quiet so far, right? Over here. But I do like to talk about something I'm looking at. So Joao Luis, welcome. Dollar GPC high from Poland. That's nice. I love Katowice. Not necessarily as a city which is like very touristic, but there's a lot of esports events. And since I'm part of the esports industry for 17 years already, running my own company and all that stuff. I used to be a professional gamer myself. I have a long history with Katowice. It's one of the most known, best known cities for gamers and esports people. JC, good morning. How are you doing? So, and Flotty here as well. Guys, welcome Flotty. What we're going to do is have a look at the chart, have a look at CVD, and just a general idea, because this morning I made a video when price was here, somewhere down here. I recorded and uploaded a video, and actually came up with okay, I'll share my thoughts here. It's not necessarily. So we have a double bottom and we have a triple top, and I'll go into Elliott waves in a second, but let's first do the not Elliott. Well, I'm gonna combine this range with Elliott wave theory anyway, but we have a double bottom here. And we, of course, have a triple top now, right? After this push to the upside. Now, if we're thinking about a wave A, that means you eventually want to see a wave C. No, because then you have a wave A, very complex long sideways correction, C. C is also an impulse. So you have impulse in A, impulse in C. But what you don't really want is, like, usually a wave C, quite similar to A, can be a bit longer, but having a wave C that is going to take this long compared to A is, very long. So what I would have liked to see is if this was the bottom, see a push up and take the triple top. That's not like the minimum, or at least it was a double top at the time. But price returned to the downside. So based on Elliott waves, instead of this counting as a C, it might be part of a bigger corrective structure, a 3-wafer, for then another 3 waves down, giving us potentially a WXYXZ or any other complex structured count. WXYXZ is relatively rare. I saw a post in the group as well from Linus over here. He posted this in the group. So props to Linus, by the way. And he posted this structure. So he's working this range with different ABCs and then a WXY and a B, because an A and a C are simple structures, or at least that's not correct. Like a C over here has to be a 5-wave structure. A can be anything, B can be anything, but usually B is more complex, as well as a wave X. So he's working the charts like this. As you can see, I'm working it a little bit different, but the result is the same, where you're not going to take the high just yet. First, potentially look for a low, grab the liquidity at the double bottom, reach the 786 as well that we have, because this was support on the golden pocket taken from the low to the high. But then price could move to the downside, hit the 786, and then continue to the upside, which is still a common target for a wave B, really. But a wave B can be a very complex structure, which clearly is the case if you look at how long this range is. But what we're looking for is a partner leg of this move up, right? Like we have a move to the upside, very, very long range, creating like a lot of liquidity at the high. So eventually we're looking for a move to the upside. The highest probability from an Elliott Wave point of view is to take this high. But of course, it takes a lot of time. Price is ranging. This doesn't really feel like a very nice wave C. You can count 5 waves over here on the lower time frames, like 3 minute. So preferably this circled structure over here is not a wave C or the beginning of a wave C, but it's part of a correction for then another like 3-wave, grab the liquidity down, then move up, grab the liquidity up. If price moves up, that's fine as well. I don't care, because we're looking for price to move to the upside. That's the higher probability. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to grab the liquidity at the bottom, make people bearish, right? That's also what you want to see, right? The breakout traders, they're like, oh, we found support twice already over here, but maybe now it breaks, maybe a bit of a wick. People shorting, breakout shorters, and then back to the upside. Could be interesting. I think if the triple top is taken, the target box here is very interesting. So this is just an idea that I now run with as well in this range, complex range, of course. If we look at the CVD divergences, then more locally, right, we have the yellow bullish CVD divergences, right, higher low price, lower low CVD, but looking more locally is important as well. And the blue line has been showing some bearish stuff. So over here, lower highs on price, but actually a higher high on blue. You can see the high on blue over here with these green candles. But then we have a lower high on price, but look how sharp the CVD moved up on blue, right? There's some absorption going on. So there's a bit of a mix between the blue line and the yellow line. Now, there's no preference for me. Both are as important, but because there's a mix, it might be confusing. Besides the fact, guys, we're in the middle of this range. No, we're literally hanging at the point of control as it stands. If we are range traders, of course, no financial advice, but as a range trader, for example, you buy at the lows, you sell at the highs, and the middle of the range is a take profit area, but not an entry area. So in my case, looking for, and of course I have a separate trading like entry strategy. So besides being at the low of the range, I look for some other stuff before I potentially enter. However, entries preferably are over here. Exits or entries for shorts are preferably here or higher if price takes the highs, right? This is like, for me, but that is, I'm speaking for myself at the moment with my strategy. This is a no entry zone. I'm literally waiting for either this to be taken or this. I am in a trade, not saying I'm not in a trade, but I'm for future potential positions. I'm looking for one of the two being broken, and I have no interest here. Like, I just enjoy following the count and seeing what's up. So, yeah. There's 2 of us from Poland. Maybe there's more people. If you're from Poland, let Michael know. Who's from Poland here? Yo, Papa Live. How you doing, man? I can't read. I don't know. That's Russian? I can't read it, actually. Katowice rules. Yeah, it's great, esports-wise. Chatura Sandurawan. 4:30 p.m. in Sri Lanka. There you go. That's a nice time, evening. Yo, RE, what's up? How you doing? Yesterday, I saw a big candle wick on Qcoin futures. 25.31. Ooh, that's very low. Yeah, we might feel that eventually, at least that's the plan. So this is like the idea locally, right? We're at the point of control of this range over here as well. So we have a bigger range creating some bearish CVD divergences, as I've just shown, when being around this point of control area. It can be quite interesting for a bit of a move to the downside, grab the liquidity, and then we observe the reaction, move up. A potential trading setup, you know, like the swing failure patterns, is taking the low, closing above. That is the entry. And then look for upside where the stop loss is below the low, entry, target, likely the top of the range, maybe take profit 1, point of control, you know, take profit 2, or holding and see where it goes. No, so yeah, we're just in the middle now. Not too special. Is this ABC count still part of wave 4? Yes, it's still a, because what we're looking for, let me actually go through the, you know, from top down, okay? So so that is also clear for de Jong. He must be Dutch. De Jong, no? Like de Jong is a Dutch surname at least. But let me go from top to down to explain a little bit of what we are looking for, right? And thanks for all the emotes. No idea who's clicking that button. or multiple of you. I see the emotes popping up in the corner of my eye. The moment you guys click on, I don't know, like an emote or anything, I can see the, like, it's like a cloud moving to the upside in the corner of my eye because I have 2 screens. The moment there's an emote, I see this stuff. So, ja, zeker, zegt hij. Ja, kan ook niet anders, toch? De Jong. Good. So, top down. Let's go through it real quick. Of course, this morning in the morning update, I actually concise. It was a very concise video where I went from the medium time frame to the lower time frame. And everything has been said in there, but shortly to repeat, we're not going to do this very long. We're looking still for at least one more low, at least, right? It can be like this, and then another low as well, where you first make a new low, finish wave 3, we'll get there in a second, another 4 or 5, or at least one more low to the downside to also take this low over here, which has been taken on Bybit, but not on other charts. So probabilities are still higher for price to eventually move down, but of course in this range, price can go and, you know, move up and down. There's no problem over here. The invalidation is literally like, you know, quite high. So for a wave 4 as well. So this is then what we're looking for. By the way, 23.4K to 22K is an interesting area, but also this low is an interesting area. And then on the low time frame inside that wave C, right, we're looking for a 5-wave structure, an impulse, 5-wave move to the downside. And then the question becomes, for this wave 3, and this is what I would prefer to see, to finish 3, I would prefer to see another low on lower volume. Because that's the thing, this structure over here looks very much like a 1, 2, big 3. And then I would like to see a 4, 5. And also because this candle has the highest amount of volume in an impulse, right? In a 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, preferably the low of the impulse is made on lower volume compared to wave 3, which usually has the highest volume. So that is why I'm looking for eventually another low. But again, in a range, as I've just shown more locally, we could expect first a move up and then down. And by the way, I actually just noticed, that's actually the first time I noticed this, we have a 6-hour little order block over here, which has not yet been touched. And this order block is between 26.6, which is in confluence, wow, very interesting, with the target box that I have over here on my chart for a while already. That could be an interesting, that's an interesting little bit of resistance that we just find here. Actually didn't check the 6-hour, but there you go. Oh, that's nice. So, yeah, eventually looking for a 3, potentially then 4 and 5. That's yet to be seen because we have to wait how price reacts if, of course, it comes this low. And then at the micro, we are looking for a 3, 4, and eventually a 5 lower, like 5 making a lower low, but on lower volume. This wave 4, preferably what we see at the moment, first make another high to take the triple top that we have, and then potentially move down from the box, or move higher and then move down. Because for a wave 5, you want to see an impulse, right? 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a wave 5. But at the moment, very, very locally, and that's what I explained yesterday, it doesn't look very impulsive to the downside because this is the high of this range over here. Now, you want to count this as an impulse, then it's going to be a 1, 2, looking for 3. But this wave 2 retraced to the 886, which is rare for 2, common for B and X, higher probability. Everything here is corrective. If we start counting from here to the downside, then we also had like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, overlap between 1 and 4, expanding diagonal. So that is not very probable. You could do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's no overlap between 1 and wave 4, but then this 3 has a lot of overlap, which again is not really something you like to see. So probabilities are higher to at least take the triple top once before moving to the downside. However, more locally, as I just explained, it would be nice to look to the downside for that double bottom, and then swing it over here before then a move to the upside. I think that would be nice. Yeah, because then if this is like nice wave A over here, 5 waves, correction, 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 we want to see a wave C, but this does not really look like a wave C at the moment with such a big retracement. Takes a lot of time compared to A. I would like a very quick move. You know, if this becomes a very quick move, what happens? Trading psychology, right? What happens if this goes quick? Quick down, people selling. But then if we have a quick move to the upside, people might be like, yo, shit, we're going, you know, we're off to the races. So what are people doing? Buy, 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 buy. Instead, resistance, maybe some absorption, CVD divergences, bearish ones over here, right? Making a lower high, ups, bearish CVD. There's absorption going on of market longs, boom, going to the downside again. So, yeah, you know, I think there's like this statistics of Bitcoin is ranging 75 or something % of the time. You know, trade the range until it breaks can be a very good strategy if you have some statistics about where to put your stop loss and all that good stuff. And you saw the range on my chart just now. Just look at this, right? Oop. Imagine. You know, it can be very profitable, of course. So yeah, that's currently the thoughts on the different time frames that I have, and my main. Like, you know, if you open my chart, which is closed, so now you can open it. Link is in the, it was closed because I was doing some stuff earlier. But I'm sharing my chart. You can always have a look at my chart. And whenever I change stuff, you will see it immediately. Link is in the description. It's just a trading view link. And you can't edit my chart, but you can see the levels. You can see everything I am doing. So when I'm doing my analysis at a certain time of the day, whenever, you can see that I am like I'm drawing, I'm putting lines on my chart and point of controls, dailies, target boxes, you know, you can see everything real time. So yeah, that's currently what we're looking for. Okay, so what's up with the Polish people here? Greetings from Hungary. Hi from Germany. Welcome Zoltan Kapusi and Pahalia George Engel. George Engel. Is this ABC count still part of the wave? Oh yeah. So that is then part, as explained, of a wave 4. So we're still looking for a bigger correction. The only thing that is difficult of this price action is the beginning, this structure, which does, you know, this is like a bit like problematic, and that is why. So this is the way I do my waves as well. Is this over here? Is very confusing, right, to count. Does it look like a 3 wave? Yes. But how does it fit inside the bigger structure? So what I'm going to be looking for is I have patience and I want to look and try to look for 5 wave structures in what is yet to come. Because if I see a 5 wave structure, I can then determine is it a C, A, or a 1. And if I know it's a wave C, I expect downside. But if I have higher probabilities of something being a wave A or a 1, then I know, okay, we could have a temporary low, and I want to see at least as high being taken in a wave 3 or a wave C. No? So it makes life a little bit easier. So you don't have to know all the structures all the time. You need to find structures that you recognize, start counting there, and it will find its way, you know? Like eventually this will become more known and more clear, but as it stands, this piece of structure over here is not great. So yeah, what is it? Is it a truncated fifth? Is it a part of a correction, like a 3 wave move in a W? Then we have an X, Y, but that would be weird, right? Because in a wave 4, you want to see a correction to the upside. So then maybe this is an A, right? An A to the upside. They have a W, X, Y, C down. That's something I'm, you know, this is stuff I still have in my head. I just don't show it in the videos because it's very hypothetical. So I prefer to look at more things, you know, that we see over here. So yeah, this could be an A, very long complex B, and then a wave C, where you take this high over here, which is below the monthly, which is still a valid target as well, by the way, for a wave 4. As you can see, wave 4 target area here, very nice, which has been tagged. The 382, which is the purple line, has been hit already with this wick. But yeah, you could have over here potential A, complex WXY, and then, so you know, it can be a very long range. So you have this, A, and then complex. You first take the low, you then take the high, reach the target box, go down again, because if you take this low, what happens now is you have low 1, low 2, so you're going to create another double low, right? Yeah, so I don't know, it might be very confusing for people just jumping in, but this is very, you know, very deep Elliott wave knowledge, I suppose, you know, where we're thinking, I don't put it on the charts, but we can create a picture of what could potentially happen, no? So you could have a W, X, Y, and then X is complex. So we could take low, take the high, take the double bottom over here, but not yet taking this low. Then go to the high, take this high, and then an A, bigger B, C, and then down. Would take a lot of time though, not gonna lie. So if the range starts to take too long, we have to think about this already being a blue wave 4, which is a higher degree wave 4. But as it stands, you know, not yet. Not enough time has passed. It's possible for that to be wave 3. Yeah, well, if this is a wave 4, then wave 3 is not yet finished, and we still look for a wave 3 continuation. Does 4-hour RSI matter after such a big... Yeah, so RSI, so I don't actually use RSI myself. I mean, I can read it, you know, I know about it, but I don't use it in my technical analysis. However, if we quickly go to RSI, what you want to see between a wave 3 and a wave 5, so this is the RSI divergence in confluence with Elliott waves, which is something I don't use. So I don't use any indicators for Elliott waves. I do use CVD, but that's more for trading and not really Elliott waves, right? But some people you will find on the internet do use RSI. And what you then want to see between a wave 3 and a wave 5 is an RSI divergence. So you then have a wave 3 to the downside, they have a wave 4, then you, like, price makes a lower low for a wave 5, right? So this is your wave 5. And then RSI is making a higher low. So the momentum goes down, right? That's what you prefer to see in then a wave 3, 4, 5, and then on the 4-hour time frame, as you ask Nick Hopton. Also, hi. Queenie Course, welcome, man. Welcome, welcome. Always love to see that gold badge. Abdul Karam Abu Naji, what's up? How are you doing? Robot, my count has both a 3 and 5 within the next leg, which can be quite strong. Wait, you mean to the up? Wait, you mean in the local range now, Robot? Like where we are over here? Like, are you counting impulses here by any chance? Like more locally, that is? And to the upside or the downside? I'm interested because then I can probably figure out what you're looking for. Triangle B wave as part of a wave 4. Triangle B wave. It depends, of course, like, so if this is then an A, you know, B, C, D, E, that doesn't really work. So maybe you're looking at a triangle in here. So a couple of rules for a triangle, guys. John in the group in Discord always calls me the triangle killer. So a couple of rules. First of all, yeah, I want to write this down so you can also keep this in mind. So 4 out of 5 waves needs to be a zigzag. If one is not, usually CD can be more complex, which is either a zigzag family, so it's like a double zigzag or a triple zigzag, or it can be a triangle by itself. Wave E can be a triangle. Volume has to go down as the pattern evolves, and only B can take the low or high of A. And you know, and then you have C, D, and E have to be in between. Like you need to pinch down, like, you know, pinch down. Because if B takes the high or the low of A, we talk about a running triangle. No? So 4 out of 5 waves zigzag. If one is complex, it's usually C, D. They can be a triangle, double zigzag, triple zigzag. Wave E can also be a triangle by itself. Volume has to go down. You know, some important rules. Now, if we look at the volume, we can see a bump over here. So either somewhere there is a triangle here, because this is not what you want to see in a triangle, because you can see volume is dead, spike, dead again, you know. So at the moment, I'm more looking for a WXY correction instead of a triangle. Now, triangles are very interesting because of the shape. Many people see the shape, but they don't know the rules. Let me see if I might actually have a picture about this. Oh, here, the triangle double, oh, here, the triangle double fake out scenario is back. Let's see. This is one of those. This was, let's go to the date. I remember this. 8/9, we are at 30K. Wait, what time frame am I here? Oh, that's 15. No, I'm not looking for the 15 one. I'm actually looking for, oh, here. Yeah. This was the good one. Oh, I'll show you. So the thing is, very often you will see that, let me open this in Bake, by the way. Let me open this in my browser so you guys can actually see what the hell is going on. So look, I know exactly where this is now. What's the time frame? I'm on the 1 hour. The problem with triangles is that many people don't know the rules of triangles. So when they see the shape of a triangle, they say triangle. And I think the best, most recent example was over here. So of course I watch content creators on YouTube myself, you know, I'm interested. I love Elliott waves. So what you then saw in this structure was this triangle, no? Do you remember this? Like this was like in May, no? You saw this like all over the internet, no? And I will explain what I thought. Let's see, which one is it? Oh yeah, here. So I made this drawing, right? We were ranging still. This is on the 21st. So we were like right about here, right? And in a couple of videos already prior over here, I was like, guys, watch out, no? And I had this drawing, oh, not that one. I had this drawing on my chart a few times. I said, okay, looking for downside, support, fake out upper trend line, fake out lower trend line, and then move up. This is what happened. Elliott wave knowledge. It's not a triangle. Even though the shape looked like a triangle, the rules of Elliott waves did not fit with the pattern. Both for the zigzag rule, like 4 out of 5 waves have to be a zigzag, and if one is not, is C or D. And also the volume pattern did not fit this structure. So I won't go in detail, but that's at least the reason why I was looking for a double fake out WXY, where price fakes out there we go. Fake out up, fake out down, and then move up. Up, down, up. Elliott wave knowledge in a nutshell, no? Like you recognize. Of course, sometimes we do have a ledger triangle, but just watch out that the moment you see triangles in videos and wherever, just go to the chart yourself, check the rules, right? Check the triangle, check the rules, because if it is not a valid triangle, the chances of a fake out are extremely high. But you can be prepared for those fake outs as well, which is brilliant, because they trade very well. The polls are doing well. I like to hear that. Have a look at Bitstamp BTC-USD. Let me know what you think. Bitstamp. Is there anything going on Bitstamp? Oh wait, you're talking about the range. Yeah, the probably, but it's same scenario. Same scenario. Like this bit over here doesn't change for me, because on Bybit still, you know, for the low time frame count, we are still looking for this low to be taken. As on Bybit, this low has been taken, and probabilities are very high for different charts to align, where the same higher time frame low or high gets taken on all the charts. Recorded probabilities about that, like, you know, in the past, and probabilities are high. So in general, we are still looking for a move down, even though on Bitstamp you have a little bit of a range. It could like be even a sub-degree range of like, this could be a 2, this can be its wave 4, for example. But it doesn't have to be the same degree, because the problem is, what we are counting is this to be a 1, 2, and then wave 1 over here was a diagonal, no? Very nice, nice diagonal. Wave 2 was a simple zigzag, beautiful, great wave 2, but very, very short in time compared to 1. Usually, wave 2 reaches at least the 0.382. Now, just to give you an indication of how short this wave 2 is, the 0.382 is all the way here. So usually a wave 2 ends after the 382, or any correction really. But look how incredibly short it is. So because this wave 2 is so short, wave 4 makes up the time of 2. Usually wave 4 is therefore long. So rule of alternation in Elliott waves, right? So if we then look at this being then, you know, this being a wave 2 over here, come on. If this is a 2 and you see this as a 4, then first of all, how do we count a solid 4 in here? No, because you're going to be looking for, you know, a 3-wave structure in like a range, but this second bit over here, that's a very, very short, right? Maybe a running flat or some sort, but those are very rare, very rare. But nonetheless, bit of a range. The problem is the degree. Take a fib time to measure this wave 2 in time, and then put it on the low here, toggle on the 1 to 1, because you actually want to see wave 4 being longer than 2. And look at this. This structure is even shorter in time than this wave 2, while this wave 2 is already so short. So it doesn't really fit the rule of alternation and the different degrees. So that's the reason why. Can this be a potential wave 4? Yeah, but low probability it's the same degree of Elliott waves that we are counting. So it's a degree thing there. While my phone was ringing, what's up? Oh, I had no idea that I get TradingView notifications if I get a new follower on TradingView. That's literally the first time. That's the first time I ever I got it. New follower. Yo, Nikos777. Thanks, man. That's very kind. By the way, that's my fiance. Don't worry. No weird random women. My fiance in the background. But yo, Nikos777. What's up? You're the first follower I think I ever have on TradingView, because I don't post, you know, like, I don't know how you call it. I don't make posts on TradingView. WXYXZ. Yeah, robot. Yeah, it has potential. WXYXZ or a more complex WXY, but, you know, it's complex in the end, right? It's typical wave 4. Gabriel Chelaru, after wave 5 at 23k, what are your expectations? After 5 waves could be another 5 waves to the downside. So after 5 waves, Gabriel, you always expect a correction of 3 waves. And then the question will be, if you have a 5-wave structure, in this case to the downside, is it a wave C, A, or 1? If this is a wave A or 1, then you expect a wave A or 1, B or 2, 3 or C. If this is a wave C, you expect an ending correction, like this is then the end, wave C, and you expect continuation of the trend. Now, at the moment, what we are looking for is a wave C in this scenario. 3 wave A, 3 wave B, and then a wave C in an impulse. Something I've been only like having in my mind, but it's not really something I like, is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that, again, this is very, very alternative. I don't even have it on the charts. It's just something I keep in mind. Where this is then the high. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with inside this third wave. You have then an extended wave 1, 2, 3, sideways 4, 5. And then this is a wave A for a B and a C. So the question, so in both of these scenarios, that's the thing. The higher probability scenario for me is an ABC. And then we check the reaction, whatever happens, maybe C goes deeper because the rare target of C is still at like 19k, right? Still a target. But we observe the reaction. If we get a move to the upside, if we see impulsive structures, right? We could be looking for the high. But if we start to see corrective stuff going to the upside, which can be a zigzag, right? Like slacking on volume or other stuff, it could be a B for then another move to the downside. But that's very alternative at the moment. It's just something that, you know, I now share here, sharing my thoughts. a simple triangle wave 4 when you see BTC USD Bitstamp. Yeah, I don't know what are the rules. I don't really like a triangle in this structure at the moment. Yeah, it's just this over here. You know, it doesn't fit the volume. You want to see volume down, 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 down. Yeah, it's like there's non-existent volume and then spike down again. So yeah, I don't really. And also this high over here took this high, so you can't have an A, B, C, D, E because you're not allowed to take the high of B. So can the A, B, C, D, E also doesn't work because the lows here took this low. So I'm not really looking at the moment for a triangle here. More like a complex structure. But it's good that you think about different scenarios and a triangle. You know, that it's definitely a potential scenario in a wave 4. A triangle can exist, by the way, in a wave 4, B, X, Y, or Z. So yeah, it can exist in a wave 4. The minute and minute is the next wave that is inside a minor or intermediate. So I'm an Elliott Wave counter that I've never like cared about the wave degree, so I have no idea what time frame a minute, minor. The only thing I always did is I color code my things and I just call it 1, 4, 15 daily, and I just color code it, like, you know, to make sense of what it is basically. But I have no idea. Like I don't use the degrees. I didn't find it relevant, so I actually have no idea. Will you ever try to analyze Elliott Wave using Heikin Ashi candles? No. I've actually never done, because I want to see the ups and the downs, right? Like I want to see the movement. And the Heikin Ashi candles, they are more like flowy, but you miss out on like the little bumps, right? And these are important. I find true triangles retrace 786 on each of wave 4. Oh yeah, that's another rule, by the way, one can add, is all of the waves in a triangle except wave B, because in a triangle, if we talk triangles, so we have a triangle, you can have a wave A. Wave B can go below A for then a C, D, E, right? Then we have a running triangle, but in a more classic one, you want to see all the waves retracing between the golden pocket and the 786. So golden pocket, 786. All of the waves retrace between the 786 and the golden pocket, preferably. And usually wave E has a throw over, like it goes above the trend line and then moves down, because it fakes out people. That's exactly what you want. You want to generate liquidity. So people they're like, oh, triangle breaking out, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they break out, traders moving to the upside, but instead it's a throw over of a wave E and then A, B, C, D, E, and then whoosh, down. But E is not allowed to take the high over here of C, right? Pushing down with open interest over here. Yeah, at least we have a little bit of action going on. I would like to see some action. This is interesting, right? People are longing, or market longing in this candle. You can see it by yellow, but it's being absorbed, right? If this candle, 5 minute, closes red, but yellow moves up, there's more buyers than sellers on the Bybit platform in this candle, but it closes red. Right? But yeah, we also have the bearish CVD divergence on blue here. Lower high on price, higher high CVD. Would be nice to take this low. And as mentioned, it could be nice to first take the double bottom that we have, no? Which is here, but we have to wait and see. We do not know what happens. We can play the probabilities though. Kiko Pauba, hi, I'm from Brazil. Your analyses are excellent. Thank you, Kiko. That's very kind of you. Greetings from the Netherlands, other side of the world. There you go. Brazil, the football country. Reject from 26.6k and wave 5 starts. Yeah, that could be nice. That could definitely be interesting. Also, the target box is here. We have a 6-hour order block. You know, definitely has potential. Here's a question. Why do you start a triangle count? I see so many people start the A right on the first step. I start a triangle count after a wave. Oh, it depends a bit on the triangle, but at least I want to see a wave C finish. That's my minimum. And preferably, I'm starting to look at a triangle after D. Because up till that moment, the probabilities are also still high for a WXY. So I'm very patient with triangles. I want to see the volume because sometimes, you know, like wave D is like, wow, super high volume, and then it just invalidates the whole thing. So I at least as a minimum, once I start to count triangles, I at least want to see a wave C in minimum, which, you know, basically usually means 3 zigzags or at least a zigzag in AB, volume going down, and C can be a double, triple zigzag, you know, if it's more complex, or a triangle. But yeah, or a zigzag, but at least volume going down. Look for the other rules, but preferably after minimum wave C, preferably after wave D. That's when I really, you know, if all the other stuff fails, triangle is left. It's basically one of like the things I look for when nothing else fits. My count is the same as yours, and the next wave has a 3 and 5 together. I see, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Then up for a 4 and down for a 5. Yeah, and that's then the higher degree 4, or let's say, you know, the blue I have, blue 4, blue 5. Yeah. Yeah, that's, yeah. And I think the micro 5 robot can then take the low that Bybit already took at 24 or 25,750. No, 24,750. Yeah. What Binance will crash? 10k? Ooh, that's a macro count, of course. Like 10k is macro counting. As it stands now, hanging around 26k. I don't see us going to the downside to 10k at the moment based on the macro analysis. Make sure to check out the video, by the way, the macro and high time frame analysis video I've done last Sunday, so only 2 days ago. It's in the playlist, macro and high time frame on the channel. Those will show you my higher probability scenarios, but the one, you know, the higher probabilities is to eventually still move to higher prices. Looking for like 39.50k, see the reaction there between the bullish and the bearish scenario, because we could still very much be in a bullish move to the upside and the low already in, but it's going to be important what happens between 39 and 50. Daily naked point of control at 24.851. Yeah, yeah, that's actually true, but I think I removed it because, wait, which one do I have? Daily, how many do I have? Oh, no. So I have 24.975. The 851, maybe it's the same, but on another chart. Sometimes the charts differ a little bit, of course. It's just a point of control of this day over here. So yeah, it could be on your chart the 851, and for me it's the 972, but it's the same area, right? It's like, it's literally the, you know, it's the same, there's $100 difference. So what is my story background? Do you guys want to have a story in some detail about, man, I have such a typical like trading story. Only like not the beginning of how I got into crypto. That's very unique. I'm pretty sure not many people will have that same story. But how I had my first trade and everything that followed after is the typical story of a trader, I think. Yeah, we can do a bit of story time. Let me let's do that. I have to go to the Ethereum chart to begin with. Actually, no chart, because okay, you want to hear a story? Okay, let's go in more detail. And I also explain when I was profitable and stuff. Oh, short question here. 31.8k is the top. How to count all the correction from here to the low? Check out the macro and high time frame video, but also from the high. Currently looking for this. 335. A flat correction from the 31. That's the 31 high, not the 31 8K high. This is then an overthrow. It's a B wave. It's a fake high in this scenario, basically. And then we're looking for a C. Wall Street trade fi. No. Okay. You wanna like I can tell you a little bit more about myself. Story time. Here we go. And of course, we keep our eye on the charts. I will answer questions in between while we do some story. My background, guys, is in the gaming and the esports industry. If you Google my name, you will find a lot of stuff. I'm in that industry for 17 years. I have no background in financials. I have no background in trading. Didn't know shit about Bitcoin till December 2020. You know, I heard it maybe once, but you know, that's about it. I never traded, never invested, all that stuff. My background is the gaming esports industry. I was a professional gamer. Besides my study, by the way, I was a pro gamer, turned to be a television host in the Netherlands, became a public speaker, which I still am. I'm a global keynote speaker. So sometimes I'm in other countries because I have to speak. You can follow my trips and stuff on Instagram, link in the description. And I actually have to be more active with my posts, but at least I'm quite active with my stories. And because I was a speaker doing stuff on TV, I was a medical student, but I eventually gave up my medical study because I had so many opportunities in the gaming and esports industry to launch my own business, work with other companies, consulting, and all that good stuff. I was in the media a lot, newspapers, radio, you know, all that. So your name grows, your popularity grows, people want to work with you. And, you know, I had the opportunity to continue and make my hobby my work. So I did. It was a very difficult decision, by the way. That happened. I made that decision to stop my Masters of Medicine in 2018 in June. And since that moment, I've been an entrepreneur. So I was a speaker. I do a lot with speaking, right? I love informing people, teaching people. And I was asked by the producer of the show I hosted on television, which was on Fox Sports, which is now ESPN in the Netherlands. So I was an ESPN television host. And the producer came to me in 2020. And he said, yo, we got a new show, which is sponsored by a company, and that company is building algorithms for trading. And, you know, and he has experience with me as a television host. So he asked me to be the host of that show in December 2020. But I told him as well, like I said, I don't know anything about the financial markets, and it was crypto in particular, their field. So I said, okay, give me 2 months. And I also happened to have 2 months. So I had 2 months to prepare myself to host and carry that show, which was a weekly show sponsored by a company for their community and traders and all that stuff. So I accepted, but that means I had to learn about it. So what I started with, and now we go deep dive, is the following. Let me get my notebooks. I have a couple. So, in December 2020, I started with Binance Academy. You may know about the Binance Academy, which is very simply like a website where you can find info about what the fuck is Bitcoin, right? What is Ethereum, what is crypto even. So I wrote all that stuff in, like, I have so many notebooks full of analysis and things I can show later. So I learned about crypto, learned about Bitcoin, and then because of the show, I kind of got into the charts and into trading. And I wasn't a professional gamer anymore because I quit in 2018. But then the charts for me were like a playground. And I love psychology and, you know, because of my background. And I saw the psychology in the markets. And in January, I think it was January. Let me go to Ethereum. I will never forget this trade. So I was like, okay, this shit is very interesting. Banks are like bullshit. I don't want to have my money on banks. So I'm going to put all of my money on, I think it was Binance at the time. It was the only one I knew. And what then happened is I had no clue how to trade. I didn't know shit about trading, right? Nothing. And I put all my money on Binance, which is a dangerous things, like my savings, the whole shebang. And I remember this day very well, which was the day where, let me check here, 975. It was either one of these. I don't know exactly if it was the 3rd of Jan or the 4th of Jan when I put on my first ever trade. More about that in a second. Where do you recommend folks learn your detailed level of Elliott Wave theory? In the description, there is 2 Elliott Wave links. Those are the ones I use to learn Elliott Waves. And I recommend getting the book as well, which is Elliott Wave Principle by Frost and Prechter, if you want. That's the one that I have here, which is the official book of Elliott Waves. And then it's just practice. And it helps if you put all the fibs in place, all the templates, because it makes your life a lot easier when counting. But then it's just practice, 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 practice. And then you will see there's so much knowledge to Elliott Waves that even when you think you know it all, you don't. The same with me now. There's still new things, new info. There's still more to learn. You have thoughts on Adyen? Well, I don't really do any other charts on streams and stuff. I do it for the YouTube Gold members because I reserve time. But if I'm done with my story and we have time, I can quickly check on Adyen. So we have story time, getting to know my story, which was a question from RN. So I put on my first trade ever. I don't know exactly. I have to go to Binance for that, but it's not accessible in the Netherlands anymore. Either over here on the 3rd or the 4th of Jan. And what I did is I had no clue, first of all, what I was doing. I had high leverage. I had my whole, all of my money was in the trade, my liquidation. So I remember this vividly because I was so emotional that I couldn't sleep. My entry was 975. My liquidation level was 6. Come on. Yeah, was like 680 or something like that. And now it looks big, right? Of course, it looks big. Wait, not 680. 860, sorry. Mistake. So it looks big, right? But holy moly. I entered with everything. I had no idea. It was night. We just came back from France. I was on the train station. I opened my laptop and I was so emotional. I saw price pumping. I was like, fuck, I'm missing out. Big ass FOMO, all the emotions. I entered the trade. Now, for literally hours, it was 9 or 10 p.m. when I entered. For hours, price was just doing this. It was 4 a.m. in the morning, didn't sleep. My fiance was already to bed. And at 4 a.m., I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I just go to bed. And the next morning, I either wake up with big profits or I lost all my money. I was in profit for 12K. I immediately closed. I opened my eyes. I took my phone. I opened my screen. I saw 12K. I closed. I was like, wow, easy. You know how it goes. So then I bought 1 Bitcoin. So that was around early Jan. So then we go to Bitcoin. Oh, let me just go to my own chart. So then what happened, because I wanted to have 1 Bitcoin. You know why? Because all the fucking moon boys were talking about 300K and the moon and, Bitcoin going to 1 million. So I was like, you know what? I want to have 1 Bitcoin. That's my goal. So I was able to buy 1 Bitcoin, no? So I bought a Bitcoin somewhere here around 30K-ish, whenever I had that trade. When I took that trade on Ethereum, we were here on Bitcoin. So I think I bought Bitcoin over here around this area. And I was able to buy back in the day 1 Bitcoin. Nice. Price moving up. Very happy. And then this shit happens. My emotions were not prepared for this bit of price action. I didn't know Elliott Waves. I only knew trend lines, patterns that the moon boys are telling me, which of course absolutely suck. So I had no clue what was happening. And this is where I lost all that good stuff, because price went down and I was selling. Price went up and I was buying. Super emotional because I don't want to miss out if we go higher, but I don't want the value to drop as well because I want to keep my money. I in, out, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna hold, and then price moves down 10% and I'm like, okay, I'm exiting, you know, and then it moves up and I'm like scared. So in this area, I lost all of my profits and a little bit more. Big scythe. So that was the moment, this range was the moment I decided to study technical analysis. So that is when I started to get my notebooks out and study like I'm studying medicine, because I was like, you know, I'm good in studying. I'm a good student. So but I need to work hard to learn. So that is when I started to have many notebooks with like all sorts of technical analysis, including Elliott waves. By the way, you can't see this. So this is like my crypto technical analysis bookie. That's how I call it. And basically it's like all sorts of things here. Market movements, Japanese candlesticks, bullish reversal, participants, Bitcoin CME, RSI, BitMEX, all the good stuff, wave trend, averages. And then I label the pages. It's a full, and this is my first one. No, I have more books here, especially the big one. That one is very full. So studying Elliott waves or crypto. Then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put in my money again. So I put in my money again that I had left in Bitcoin over here, and I actually managed, because of work, to buy another 1 Bitcoin over here, this area. This was the Elon Musk pump. I never forget. So I don't know, I bought somewhere over here again and ride the wave. So then I rode the wave to the upside, and I had like 20 or 30, oh shit, you can't see it? Excuse me, that's a typical streaming mistake. I'm at least happy. This was a test. This was a test to see if you guys are awake. No? You guys are awake. Look at you go. You're hanging around. You're hanging around. Yo, Mike. So this is then where I, sorry, this was the Elon. Do you guys remember this day, this pump? Do you remember this? This was when Elon Musk was doing his jokes back. So I'm not a fundamental trader. I don't care about Elon, like Elon and all fundamental stuff, you know. But I remember that this was the Elon Musk hysteria, right? So I then bought, like, you know, because of course I'm working and doing my stuff throughout these days, got some more money, bought 1 Bitcoin again, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to let it go. Good moment, no? It was actually a good moment. But then, and now this is where the story splits in two. I have the learning story, and I have mine, I hold on to Bitcoin for dear life story. So I'm not experienced in crypto yet. I still don't know shit. I'm still following Moon Boys, but I'm also learning Elliott waves, and I start to get in touch with people that know a bit more and are not Moon Boys. The problem is the learning curve is very high and steep, or actually, it's a lot of information to learn when doing technical analysis, learning, implementing, getting better, trading. So what does Koen do? He has his 1 Bitcoin. His 1 Bitcoin is about 20-30K in profit at the all-time high. I remember being at my parents, showing my fiance, look, I'm 30K in profit. I remember. But Koen thinks Bitcoin goes to 1 million because that's what everyone was shouting, right? Like even the dogs, the grandma, we were at 69K, la-di-la-di-la. Price moves down, price moves up, price moves down. What do you think? I hold on, because I'm a fucking hodler. Right, so we're back. Ups, and there we are. We're break even, right? Or even at the lower edges of this range, I was in drawdown. But I hold on to my 1 Bitcoin while I'm studying, and looking into trading. But I hold on to that like 1 Bitcoin. And I talk about Elliott waves in a second, but because of Elliott waves, I was quite confident we would see another move to the upside and I would get out of my drawdown. Now, I remember in another Discord group, when we got this push over here, I said all-time high. we eventually actually got that all-time high, which was pretty epic. But the problem is that Koen was still very emotional because he has no clue about emotions. Price moves up, price moves down. Koen was like, let me try to get the best entry price possible. Koen sold over here at this little candle, literally this wick. This is where, so you gotta imagine here, right? I hold on to 30 plus K. I hold on like profit. I'm holding all the move down. Price is moving up again. I sell here because I remember I sold at night because price was moving down on volume, and I was like, you know, tomorrow probably we're taking this low and I can buy. But then the next day I wake up, price is higher. And what do? You wait for a retracement. Mate, we never got a retracement. It was a straight line to the upside. So I sold here at literally like almost break-even type of style. Missed out on the whole move to the upside because I was too scared to buy in a pump. And then eventually around like November, like this area over here, my fiance and I were... wait, this is 2021. No. So this is where I then... this is where I focus more on trading and not holding. And then, no, wait, we're on 22. No, I was correct. This is, I had to like fix my memory. This is over here. So my fiance and I bought a house we moved 1st of May 2022, but we were looking to buy from Q4 2021, which was just at the all-time high. So here I decided to get out all my money from Binance because I had to buy the house, and my fiance is South African. She moved to the Netherlands. She was working in the Netherlands, but she didn't really have too much yet saved, of course, but I had. So, you know, you had to overpay for the house in the Netherlands because, you know, no one could buy shit. So you had to pay extra. So all the money went to the house. And that's when I focused on trading and I never went back to hodling. So that being said, from that moment, I was a more trading focused person, but that doesn't yet explain my technical analysis and mainly Elliott Wave story. So from February, which is around this area, especially over here, around the beginning like of Feb, I learned about Elliott Waves because of a friend of mine. And he messaged me on Discord and he had a picture of an Elliott Wave chart. And it was a prediction of this move here. And it was very accurate. And I was like, yo, shit, this is interesting. So I started to Google and I learned it had to do with market psychology, waves, counting. And one of the things I struggled with on the chart is having no idea where price goes, like no probabilities, no control. And I had a feeling that Elliott Waves came the closest to at least having probabilities for the up or the downside. Like you can read price action, you can read the waves if you're skilled. So that is when I started to learn about Elliott Waves, and I have many of my notebooks full with Elliott Wave stuff. And I think the funniest I can show you, the funniest page is in this notebook. 1 second. Which is this. Look, my first ever Elliott Wave. Hello. Oh, my first ever Elliott Wave page. Look at it. Look at me go. Right. Impulse wave, corrective wave. I didn't know what it was, so I just put it on my paper. So that's where I started. And then from there, let me switch you the chart. So here is where I started to learn Elliott Waves. And then I didn't really have, I didn't have a teacher. I didn't, my friend wasn't knowledgeable about Elliott Waves. But at least I knew that Eunice, a trader, but he's still active, but he's a swing trader. He did stuff with Elliott Waves, but we weren't really in touch. He's from Belgium. I'm from the Netherlands, so it's not that far away. But we rarely ever spoke, but we did sometimes like PM to one another and share some charts. So I started to learn Elliott Waves from that moment, which is now, of course, over 2 years ago, right? It's like 2.5 years ago. That's when I started to focus on Elliott Waves besides the other stuff, other technical analysis stuff. But Elliott Waves for me was a love and hate relationship because I stopped Elliott Waves 2 or 3 times, like studying it because I was like, fuck, I'm shit. I don't get it, whatever. And then I came back because I loved it. And yeah, from that moment onwards, learned Elliott waves throughout the whole thing. And I started to be more consistently profitable. Let me actually zoom out to the weekly here. Up, up, up. So, wait, yes. So this is 2021. This is where I sold my hodl bag because I was shit at hodling and I was mainly focused on trading as well. I was studying technical analysis, focusing more on trading and building my strategy. Also already from I didn't talk about it, but from like already quite early, April or June 2021, I started to build statistics on different tools and waves and all that stuff to try and build a strategy. Which, you know, it takes time. And I think that eventually I got like consistently profitable around like the middle of 2022, right? Like this area where I kept testing and building statistics, improving, tweaking. And I was kind of like break even. That was good, but I couldn't manage to get profit. Around like consistent here. Or like starting to become more profitable, and then as the weeks continued, my strategy improved and I became more and more profitable. And throughout this whole time, I actually didn't really work on my mental like power, I suppose, or mental trading behavior. So also starting here, I started to focus more on the mental side of trading, which explains all of the books I have nowadays: Market Wizards, Trade in the Zone, Best Loser Wins, The Mental Game of Trading, and also the exercises I'm doing at the moment. He's not part of CC anymore. He actually left. Quite a lot of drama there. But yeah, so I like my mental game improved a lot, of course, from where I am here, where I started with my first little Bitcoin buy, to where we are today. It's a completely different story. Also, just by experience in the market, you learn a lot. I had moments where I stopped trading for like 2 months because I was like, fuck it. And I learned to, like, that was actually the 2 months where I learned that FOMO has no place, because there's going to be a new opportunity every day, depending on your strategy. But there will always be a next opportunity. So that removed the whole FOMO aspect. I don't like have any emotions really. The only problem I still have from an emotional point of view is that if I do something, so I have a clear structure, clear plan, clear entry rules, exit rules, the whole thing. I got a very, very clear strategy, trading strategy, and I need it. I need the structure. I need very strict rules. It needs to be very sharp. I don't want anything by chance. However, the only problem I sometimes have is that if I enter a trade, you know, you got to leave it alone, because if you track your probabilities, you just got to let it run and do its thing. But if I change something to the trade, and that's the problem, that you interact with a trade which I shouldn't do, which sometimes still happens based on what we see, because I'm like, oh, bearish CVD divergences, blah, 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 and I'm like, you know what, I'm just exiting. But that's the mistake. So then what I do during the day is I have a notebook. Where is it? I have a notebook during the day on my table, which is this one, a small one. And every time I potentially have emotions, I write it down. So instead of like doing something, I'm like correcting myself. And sometimes, it's very rare, it still happens, but sometimes if I do change the plan of my trade, meaning I put stop loss break even too early, I'm exiting when I shouldn't, what happens then is that if I would exit a trade, but I shouldn't have been out of the trade, but I exit because of emotions or whatever, I'm then gonna doubt about, fuck, I should have stayed in. And if price then does go to like potentially your target, I'm like, shit, I gotta enter again. But then I'm like, no, yes. And what then happens is I'm gonna be in like this situation where you enter, exit, and then eventually position size goes up, you go to the 1 minute. You know, it very rarely happens, but now I got it like very well under control. In the past, when I started, I had emotions all over the place, but as time continues and you build experience in the markets, you know, you most of the emotions go away and some need corrections. And this book is really good for that. Mental Game of Trading. It's probably the best book I've read about mental stuff in trading. From Jared Tendler. Amazing book. And yeah, I'm working on that stuff, but I rarely ever make those mistakes anymore based on emotions. But sometimes they still happen, and that's the moment where you got to realize that this is one of the exercises, by the way. Where's the more notebooks? Holy moly. One of the exercises I had to do in the book as well is that if you, like with my one mistake I just explained, which sometimes still happens, the emotional mistake, what's the pattern? Like when does it start, and what are the different steps to when it escalates? And the reason for writing it out on paper is what I've done here. It's 10 steps, and the first one is I'm patient, calm, controlled. And then on 2 it says, for example, I'm keeping an eye on the chart even though no alarms went off. I just want to see what price does. Then on 3 it says, feeling some doubt of staying in or not as price goes against me, or some counter signs. 4 is exiting or changing the trade manually as I see something happening. Usually that happens impulsively. Then on 5, I feel stupid for not sticking to the plan, trying to get back in again. 6, going in and out, la-di-la-di-la, and then eventually not caring anymore. So the thing, so again, it rarely ever happens, but the power of mapping your pattern, mapping your emotions, mapping whatever something happens, writing stuff down, being structured, is that you start to recognize yourself, your emotions, because in the brain, and this is where medical comes in, my medical background, your emotional center, right, in the brain, which is in the middle, once you get too emotional, your center of self-control, which is at the front, does not function properly. So it's very difficult to be controlled when emotions run high. So you actually gotta interact. You gotta break the pattern of the steps before the emotion runs too high, so that you can save yourself for doing stupid stuff. And that is what this really helps with. And there's more exercises from this book as well. Again, Mental Game of Trading. Man, I think I mention it every stream. I don't even have an affiliate link. Fuck me. Look, Mental Game of Trading. So yeah, and you know, that's still and sometimes confidence can be a thing as well. But I'm very strict with my rules and my plan. So whenever I see what I want to see and all my entry requirements, I just click the button. I also tend to go outside after I enter a trade, or go for a walk, go for a run, do some sports, just to get off the charts. And I have quite a lot of not PC things in my routine. So I have my red map over here, and I have my trading routine in the morning where I, you know, do preparation and stuff. And it's on paper, so I don't check it on the PC. I have like checkboxes. You see, I check like the different boxes, and it's like drinking water, Elliott Wave analysis in the early morning, doing the 7 a.m. recording, trading setup ideas, talking about trading setup ideas. These are positioned over here, like you see, these are like the ideas over here that I then have potentially for the day. Trading mental preparation, visualization, which has to do with if a setup comes, how will I go about it? You know, what will I do? And then I have another file which goes into my entry requirements and my strategy. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 entry requirements. 9 entry requirements to enter a trade before I enter a trade. And then that's for an A setup, which is this. I took a picture here. Laptop, hello. So if we want to open this, thank you. So this is the one that I just printed. There's 9 entry requirements for an A setup, plus 3 more for an A+. And then some reminders and stuff. But yeah, I'm very, very, very structured. So I need to tick all the boxes, and like, because else I'm messing up. So I have to be really on point. How old are you? I'm 30 years old, and in a month time, on the 24th of September, I will be 31. So yeah, everyone, that's my story in a nutshell. There you go. Getting to know Gun. I'm in Playa 3 Ul. It's like Gala with notes, but better. They'll release the first game called Nexus on the 3rd of September on Epic Games. Okay, could be nice. I mean, I am a gamer, but I don't play games anymore because my hobby is my work. YouTube feels like a hobby every day. So honestly, I never thought YouTube would be like this. I started something in Feb, and here we are a couple of months later. It's absolutely crazy. But also my hobby is my work in esports and gaming. And I love speaking. Mike Freeman, my big issue as well, stop loss at break even too fast. Yeah, so I got a very strict rule for stop losses and moving them, and also take profits. But sometimes, sometimes you're still, okay, I'm gonna move it, and then fuck, didn't stick to my plan. But yeah, luckily, it rarely happens. Thanks for the stars, Chaz. Gotcha. Do you have any trade right now? Yes, I do. This is also related with how you deal with PTSD in a sense. Oh, really? So I actually have no idea about PTSD and those type of treatments. But what I like myself, so I'm a very structured person, I suppose. I need structure. I need some form of control and all the checks that I need to do before entering, and it gives me a sense of okay, I'm ready. It gives me trust, gives me confidence to let it run. And I got the statistics to back up my strategy as well. I have so many statistics from the past as well, also from my strategy. So I know that in the long run, because you can't judge your trading on one trade, right? You can judge it on 100 trades. And I know it's profitable, but you just got to stick to the plan. And that's often what's difficult. People know, and people develop a strategy for themselves. They know it is profitable, but sticking to the plan, how stupid it sounds so easy, right? Oh, you just have a plan, you just follow it. But that is when the emotions kick in, right? And that's why working on your emotional side is so important. Farouk, how you doing, man? I'm doing good, thanks. Always love to be live. I am not a ICT student, but I kind of know his knowledge. So there was this big hype about this ICT dude in the past as well. So I was like, I'll check out some videos. I've been through quite a lot of the content, but this guy does so not come to the point. As a Dutch person, let me tell you, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. This guy keeps talking about how other people are stealing his shit and I don't know what. Mate, his videos are like 2 hours and he could literally get his message across in 5 minutes. Now, I'm Dutch. We get to the point, right? I can't. It just takes so long. I get what he's talking about, but yeah. And I know some people trade ICT, which is good, but it's not my style. It doesn't fit me. It doesn't fit my style of trading, my confluences, because everyone's personality is different. Everyone's strategy can be different. So it's not something that fits with me, but I'm a student of the game. I try to learn as much as I can of different analysis and stuff because I just enjoy learning more about technicals. So yeah, I've been there, with the fair value gaps. But every day, or not every day, but whenever something pops up, like yesterday, people were talking about vector candles. Now I had no idea, but it was interesting. Or a few days ago during another live stream. Because it's interesting because I learn more again. Do you tick all the boxes when you do other things? I don't have checklists for other things. It's specifically for trading. So as a speaker, so I'm a keynote speaker, right? I travel to other countries or in the Netherlands to speak. I got a very busy schedule in November, by the way, but more about that when we're reaching November. And I don't have any checklist. I just travel. Everything is paid for. You get paid to speak. It's a very good job to have. Says like it's not a lot of time. You travel for your work and you get paid well. I mean, holy moly. Whoever thought that, you know, how did I end up there? I started speaking in 2016, but I don't have any checklist. Of course, you know, I have my presentations with all the information, and I change them depending on the gig and the audience. But yeah, usually the topics I get asked to speak for are similar based on my experience. Market Mind Games, another book. Not as good as Mental Game of Trading, but pretty good learning points. Market Mind Games. I'm going to put it in my phone because I have a list of books in my phone, which is a good one to add it to. Market Mind Games. Okay, there we go. I got many books still. So and this is just like the first few. Can go look, got many many stuff. So yeah, it's good stuff. Always reading. You're a G-mate. Such amazing intel that I've never seen or heard anywhere. I appreciated Ari. Ari is already a long supporter of the channel as well. Long sub, I should say. Thanks, man. I appreciate your kind words here. What trade do you have? Long. From what level? From around 25.89. I don't have my trading stuff open, so that's why I checked the chat here. You know, I've no. I don't want to change anything anyway. I'm in the trade. That's it. So, that is the case. Even that you know everything is solid, like you said, you need to go ahead of it. Yeah. Also, welcome Murat Besser. Why you don't do TA for altcoins? I'm learning Elliott Wave from your analysis. Well, on the channel, I really want to focus on one thing, which is Bitcoin, because I only trade Bitcoin. I don't trade any altcoins. So I only focus on Bitcoin on the channel, which also keeps it focused. Because the moment you start to do altcoins, it starts to be very cluttered on the channel. Very difficult to follow. And also I can then have videos about, and wait, another thing is, besides the clutter on the channel and having no focus, you know, less is more, right? It also costs a lot of time to do Elliott Wave counts and keeping track of the counts, keeping up with scenarios. And I just explained what all I do. You know, I'm a speaker, I run another business, I trade, I have YouTube. I don't want to spend a whole day doing Elliott Wave counts on 15 different charts. However, because of the requests for altcoins, and look, I'm not a sales guy, right? I don't really, talk about this, but in the YouTube Gold membership, that's the reason why I have one dedicated stream to analyze a chart from an empty chart to a full plan. We do that in a couple of hours or 1 hour or more, depending on how quick it goes. On the Monday, each Monday, every week, we do a stream. So yeah, we've already done many, but that's where I dedicate time. And that's the thing. I have a busy agenda, so I try to plan my time. I have a planner. I'm very structured also in my, life. I have a 10-year goal, 5-year goals. I have a 1-year goal. And then the 1-year goal is, wait, you can't see this. The 1-year goals are in blue. Then I have monthly goal, weekly goal, and then I have the days. And then the days are planned from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then in my agenda, I reserve time, right? So I put time in my agenda for the Monday night to do altcoins. Or a altcoin that the community votes for. But just for your information, by the way, that from Saturday onwards, I will be in South Africa for 3 weeks because of a wedding that my fiance and I attend from a friend of hers, and to visit her family. She is South African. I will continue with video content, but it will be a bit less. And of course, I try to do a morning update every day minimum, and then an update throughout the day when I can. It depends a bit on the load shedding. So I will make content. It will be a bit irregular. And the streams for gold might be a bit irregular as well because of the load shedding and the time. But I'll try to continue everything. Same with the updates. But more about that in a video yet to come. But just for your information already, so you know. Yo, LJ, weer op de fiets, jongen. What do you speak on? As a keynote speaker, so I speak for two audiences mainly. The C-level business audience or high-end managers, CEOs, CFOs, CMOs, like all that stuff of the big companies in the world, but also the top line of companies. So not only C-level, can be the higher managers and stuff. And mainly for them, it's about how can I use gaming esports in my business, or how do I make sure I stay relevant with my company, with my business in the upcoming 5 or 10 years. And I have one presentation which is going about business sustainability and people sustainability in your business, but it's based on lessons from the gaming industry. So everything I do is always related to gaming. And the second audience is parents and professionals that work with gaming children, or parents that have gaming children, which is a niche that I have. So that's my other topic. Have you considered to automate your trading? I actually do, but I've never approached the algorithm dudes proactively, because the company that I was a host for on television in the past, which is the reason I knew eventually about crypto, they have algorithms and stuff and people building algorithms. So my network in that area is quite big in the Netherlands, but I never actually asked them. Trading in the Zone is an epic book. Yeah, it's a good book. I think the first half is better than the second half. The second half is a bit meh. Rapid learner. It's more because of COVID and the lockdowns. I had a lot of time. Like from the moment I got into like the trading stuff, I spent more than full-time hours a week into trading, by far more than full-time hours. From the morning I woke up till like late evening, I would study trading, do trading, look at the charts, building experience, building statistics, the whole thing, the whole day, because lockdown, you know, what else did we do? When are you moving to N and ES? You would love the liquidity. Probably never. Unless Bitcoin stops working or whatever problems we get, because I like focus. I like you know, I know Bitcoin. I know how it moves, and the powerful thing is that once you learn one asset very, very well, you know, Bitcoin gives me more than enough income, and of course, as your portfolio grows, I mean, 1% of 1,000 is the same 1% in percentage terms of 100K. So, you know, Bitcoin is enough. I would go to an S&P and stuff for long-term investing, but not really for trading. You look like that vampire from True Blood. Oh, I don't know that series. Sounds like a series. Maybe. My fiance always says I have very sharp or easy to see the sharp tooth, right? In the end of, like at the edge, like here. But I don't know. I don't suck blood. What's the goal with your channel? Well, initially, the goal is to, besides providing updates, teaching people about Elliott Waves, but in a way that the chart is calm, structured, and clear. Because there's many channels online doing Elliott Waves, but the problem I always had is that I see 100 lines at the same time and people putting 500 boxes in one chart. And then they say, oh yeah, and then price goes over to that yellow box and then the green. And then we have to follow that white line. And then we have the yellow line here, which is a higher degree count. And then and I was like, people not using the object tree. Look, the goal for the channel is to, besides providing updates, also teaching, which is what I try to do in my Bitcoin updates, where I say, hey, you know, triangles, these are the different rules of a triangle, and this is the common target area of a wave C, and this is a rare target, and this is how you pull it. And I think that's what I like to teach. I like to talk to people about, at least it's a passion for me, Elliott Waves. I love Elliott Waves. It's psychology. And then the goal with, I don't really look at the numbers. Like if I had one viewer, I remember when I was there with one viewer and then 10 viewers, it's the same it's the same. It's like, yes, the audience gets bigger, but I hope to inform, help, and educate people with what I am doing. And I will get the feedback anyway if people like it or not. You know, like if people like it, I'll see it in the comments. If people don't like it, I'll also see it in the comments. You know, and there's something for everyone out there. If someone doesn't like my channel because, you know, I don't do this or that, then, you know, there's other channels. You just go there. You know, I won't change my way of doing, as this is the way I analyze my charts and like to make content. And then, you know, longer term, I don't know, like it's difficult to yet think about really like a business attached to crypto, because I do stuff in the gaming and esports industry. So I just, you know, I trade, I have my gaming and esports business stuff. I don't know. Never really thought about even longer down the line, like is YouTube gonna result in more than just YouTube? I don't know. But for now, my biggest focus is on you, community, viewers. I'm listening. I respond to all the comments, which you probably have noticed. The moment I read your comment, I heart all the comments. I reply to all the comments. I'm active in Discord, as active as I can, because for me that's important. You are important, you know. And then of course I make the content for the viewers. So yeah. I don't know. That's, I guess, the goal for now. I never expected YouTube to be like this. I just started in February making videos, and here we are a couple of months later, 3,600 subs. Like, what the hell, you know? Never saw that one coming. So, I really enjoy it. Eric Northman. Okay, let's have a look then. Well, he's blonde, I'm brown. But yeah, I don't know. Thank you, I guess. Okay, this is our vampire dude. Quick check here. By the way, for the people joining later, the analysis part is at the beginning of the stream. Now we arrived in the always chatting part of the stream. They're all going to zero anyways. Exactly, Liquid Mafia. My view, trading one pair is already too hard, especially trading 15 min or 3 min like me. I know people trading in 1 min like a machine. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many pairs you trade. It is important, like Koenz said, structured strategy and solid mental. Yeah, I agree, Murad Besser. And also, it's the thing with, you can trade multiple pairs, everyone for themselves, and it can work very nicely for you. But my time doesn't allow it. And also, I like to focus on one position, one asset, 1% risk. You know, like, it just makes life easy. I don't have to manage all the different things. It saves time as well. Kevin Profile, yes. MH talks too much. But there are more compact sources to learn. IST, TT Trades, Casper. I learned Elliott Wave, OF Trading, SMC. ICT works best in any market. Yeah, everyone has their own way of trading, their own strategy. If ICT works for you, that's great. Because in the end, it doesn't matter what you use as long as you are consistently profitable. And what I like to see is whatever people use, as long as they build statistics, build experience, and stick to their plans, you know, make profit. I also, and everyone should respect everyone else's way of trading, because trading is very personal. It's a very, you know, it's you build a strategy or use a strategy that fits your personality, your way of trading, your time, you know, swing trading, scalping, day trading, and then there's many different ways of strategy. Whatever someone uses, fundamental, technical, fibs or no fibs, ICT or whatnot, I respect any form of strategy or trading, and I think you should. Your YouTube gold link, I think there's a join button below the stream, but I'm not sure. But there you can find some more info, and you can also then see all the VODs of all the different altcoins I've done, all the different I did a whole series educating Elliott Waves in YouTube Gold as well, like everything, showing all the templates of my fib pools and trend fib pools and fib time, going through all the wave patterns. So yeah, you'll find a lot of stuff in gold already. We'll keep you busy for a few weeks. South Africa is nice. I went on diving holiday. Yeah, it's amazing. Watch out for the sharks though. I've been shark cage diving there, which was great, but currently there's not too much great whites because of the orcas. The bull market will answer that for you. Well, I look forward to another bull, but again, I actually don't really care where price is. 100k or 1k, I trade it anyway. So that's the thing. I'm not attached to the price of Bitcoin. I trade volatility. I don't care what price Bitcoin is. You know, I just follow my plan, enter the trade, exit the trade, tada, made the money, you know. Or I lose money. That happens. Sometimes you have losing days. Sometimes you have a losing month because, well, it just didn't work out, you know. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry, Liquid Money. I'm behind on chat. I was referring to your YouTube channel. Yeah. Oh, wait, with the numbers. The bull market will answer. Yeah, okay, now I know what you're referring to. Yeah. Yeah, so of course, with my channel, I never yet experienced a bull market. Like, people tell me that during a bull market, it might go crazy. Now, honestly, since February, which is 6 months, we're 6 months in, we're already at 3,600. For me, this is beyond what I thought already. On average, it takes 22 months to go from 0 subs to 1,000 subs, which with my channel happened in 2 months. I don't know. Like, people, you know, but it's fun. It's I can't complain, of course, but I'm happy people enjoy what they see and they want to hang out during the streams as well. So yeah, it's I don't know where it goes. I don't really look at the numbers. I really try to focus on the community, and we'll see where it goes. And of course, if it starts to get too big, I might need some help to, you know, maintain the community and stuff. But at the moment, I'm good in time and stuff. But yeah, it's already crazy for me. Like, things are, it goes pretty quick. Of course, there's slower months and faster months, but yeah, it's at the beginning of this year, I didn't even have a goal in my 1 year plan regarding YouTube, and here we are. I have to make a goal for next year though. I actually do have a goal later. Once the YouTube channel started growing a bit, I put a goal of, like, I think it was like 5.6k subs at the end of November or something, which was based on someone else's data. My channel was like 100 subs and I had no idea, but I saw someone else that managed that and I was like, oh, I can do that as well. I don't know. It's all about trying to deliver content and quality over quantity, but it's all about delivering content, and then if people enjoy it, they will find the sub button. You know, if people want to sub, they sub. If they don't want to sub, they don't sub. You know, I don't care. Your ability to simplify. Your channel will proliferate. It's the best out there. Thanks, Queenie. Queenie is like one of those early subs as well. Besides Liquid Mafia, RE. You know, you guys are gonna be like the old guns. You know what I mean? Like, once we're hitting like numbers, I'll be like, yo. Back in the day, I got the 100 sheet in Word. The 100 first members joining Discord. I wrote all the names down in order. Your ability to simplify everything and communicate it verbally and visually is the best on YouTube. Sounds like I'm blowing smoke up your ass, but you explain. Yeah, don't give me too many feathers now. I'm walking behind my shoes now. No. I will never. The moment that happens, you got to correct my ass. But thanks, man. I appreciate it. As long as you guys enjoy, and if there's something you don't enjoy, if there's something you think I should explain better, just send me a message. You know, write a comment. I read everything, and I try to, you know, adjust based on your feedback. If you draw a parallel channel from 2011 all-time high to 2013 all-time high and bring it across to today, does that trend line match your downside? 2011. Oh, we got to go to Bitstamp for this one, or the index. No. Let's go to Bitstamp. Bitstamp here. Oh, what you see is a very, very old count, because I have not done a cycle count for a very long time. So I have no idea what I got here. It can be a 1 2 1 2 1 2. Bearish one is a wave 5 coming. I've not done a like super cycle count in such a long time. I've done this when practicing. I think I like when the wave 5 was in, like April or something 2021, when I started my trading career and learned about Elliott waves. I was predicting a potential low, and yeah, that I used this chart for my own education. I think I need to make a video about a cycle count. I should do a complete re-thing, like actually look into it with the skills I have nowadays compared to the skills I had in the past. If we pull a channel from 2011 all-time, wait. This is not the low yet then. What chart are we using here? Index. What do I look for to find the index chart? Oh, this. Okay, and then we do 2011 to the all-time high of 2013. Bring it across to today. Wait, what are we looking for? Because of course it doesn't make sense to attach the channel to today. Oh, the channel ends November low 2022. Oh, like this. Oh, Discord. Because of the stream, of course, internet and the laptop is a little slower. I got a gaming laptop though. Everything is, you know, still sponsored stuff from my professional gaming career. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, you used the pivot for the low of the channel. I see. So, oh, that's a unique way of channeling. I see. Okay, wait. It's basically a trend line from the high of 2011 to that low. From there to there. Must be like this, no? From the high to then the low over here, which brings us to what we see here. Yeah, I mean, you can use it as additional confluence here to the downside, right? 23k-ish, 22, 23k. It's just a nice additional confluence, but I mean, clearly now you know I've actually never looked at this at this trend line, which is quite interesting. I've also seen FIB channels or how do you call this? This one, pitchfork channels. FIB channels as well, by the way. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, there could be some extra confluence for that area, for sure. It's already an interesting area, right? Liquid Mafia, that 23, 22k. The only thing I struggle with is that so many people are looking at it that I actually don't want it to be respected. I prefer price to just either dump through it or reverse above it or have a fake out, move down. Like move down, but not hit it, then move up, make people feel FOMO, and then go through it. But yeah, I don't know. We wait and see. That would be nice, no? Third Mate Gaming, welcome, man. Best YouTube channel ever. Thank you. I appreciate it. Crypto Night, Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia. That's nice. I have Nvidia in my laptop here. Overclockable GeForce RTX 2060 is in this one, which is the Predator Triton 500. I know maybe you mean the chart, of course, but don't really go into a lot of other stuff during the streams. While we have a little bit of a push on our hands, you know. Of course, if Bitcoin is this calm and basically nothing is happening, we have a lot of time for chatting. Again, like we are in the middle of the range. Of course, we still expect, as mentioned at the beginning of the stream, higher probability is for price to at least take the triple top. However, you might see taking the double bottom first. That's up for grabs because, like, I don't care if it goes up now, hit the triple top, or go down, take the double bottom. Probability is at the moment higher to at least take the triple top. But we're in the middle of the range, you know. When range trading, you enter at the lows or you enter at the highs, you know. We're at the point of control. We're literally in the middle of the range. If it fits your strategy, of course, there's no way you should not enter. That's up to your plan. Could you please have a look at Bitcoin? Oh, yeah, that's the thing with going to the, like, oh. I always have to get used, I always do that wrong. Also, in the gold streams, I always use my Windows button first. So the thing is, analyzing a chart, especially like this, takes a long time, right? And I haven't really done oh, not on this one. On the other chart, the Bitstamp one, I do have an analysis, but it's so old because it was, you know, I wasn't that knowledgeable yet. It's very simply, we have a bullish and bearish scenario. You can have, for example, like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 continuation. It's like a S&P 500 chart. Like, yes, you have like 50% drops, but you always create high low, high low, high low, high low, right? If you go to the S&P 500 chart and you just zoom out on a monthly or even yearly, it's just a never-ending, right? So you can have a 1 2 1 2, and that's the bullish count. The more bearish one, if you are either going to have a 1 2 3 4, well, this can't be a 5 because then you be a correction, but that's not happening. So then you have, let me have a look here. Okay, so then you can have a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. You know, there's many possibilities. You need to put time into this. 1 2, and this wave 1 is probably longer maybe than that one. It's not really what you want. Preferably a wave 3 is the longest, but you can see over here that we are kind of like diverging. So it takes time, but at the moment, you know, market structure only changes if price takes this low at 3,000. Everything above this level, if you are a, I don't know, mega swing trader or whatnot, investor, you know, basically above 3K, you're going to be bullish because the macro count is like only starting to change market structure if you take this low, no? But yeah, it takes a lot of time, so I have to look into this. It's something I still have to do. When you need a mod, I'm available. Oh, let me write that down. I actually have a little list of people that are willing to help out whenever I need some help. Of course, that is rewarded, but let me at least write your name in my file here. LJ. There we go. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. 2 months of quality. You deserve 100K plus. Yeah, let's see where it goes, right? It's going to be interesting. Even at 100K, of course, I'll be doing my streams. And for me, so I very much value, as mentioned, community, but I also value the support from people that were early because these are the OGs. So I really do my best to remember the names, remember when we talk in Discord, you know, the background of people like John in Australia, Kenny in Canada, moving to Portugal, and, you know, like you guys live here, like Liquid Mafia with this interstellar charge, Jay living in Zwolle. It's fun. I do my best to remember. Crypto, hi, bro. I have been trading in Bitcoin, but there's a problem that I don't able to take full TP. I take partial, and when I take partial TP, it reaches to full TP. What should I do? I don't know, probably depends a little on your platform, but and of course, like if you trade prop firms or not. But if you TP and you are on like a traditional crypto platform, then on the right side of your position, if you, it depends a bit on the platform, right? But if you click on take profit, that's 100% button. You need a partial close, right? Which you can either, there's probably two ways, like adding a new position, or you can click on an arrow on the right, close to where you have TP and stop loss, and you can do partial like TPs, basically. Yeah, you need to look in your position. If you enter a position, then go to the right and look for some arrows or like dots, depending on the platform, where you can then have like a partial TP. What is my long-term view on Bitcoin? Very, very long-term is bullish, but like more locally at the moment is more bearish. At least still expecting a move down before then continuing. And we'll see, like 3950K is important for Bitcoin because of the resistance we have there and the potential for both the macro bear and bullish scenario, which, you know, is the bearish macro scenario can reject in that area and move down. So the way we get to 3950K is important, and then what we see there. But in general, bullish, but I don't have any, I'm not a hodler, so I don't really follow too much. I'm not looking too far in advance per se. Maybe it's a back to 4 on the daily index chart. Yeah. Very big range, very long corrective structure, expecting rejection at daily open. GD to take the lows. Yeah, that would be nice, no? Double bottom, 25.8K. I would dig that, move down, but you know, we're in the middle now. RE got a crash, but cherish these times. Once you gain traction, the trolls and bots come. Yeah, I'm quite good in spam control in the comment section. So I hope to keep that one up. But the trollers, they're always going to be there. But I'm very cutthroat. It's very easy. People want to troll and fuck and like fuck around and stuff. They just get a easy like you can't ban people on your YouTube channel, but you can hide from everyone or something. They can still watch your content. They can probably still comment, but just no one sees it, including me. I like. Yeah, oh wait, it's the hide user from channel button. And I'm very cutthroat. Like the moment people want to shit around, you just go into that section and I'm done. You know, I don't care about that one person that's trolling. I care about the 100K, the 10K, the 1K, the one person that enjoys the content. And if people want to fuck around on the channel, that's great. You go into the hide users from channel section. Don't want to spend my energy, waste my energy on that. That's when you know you made it. I know, right? Like all the spam and stuff. I'm good in spam control because of my settings. Good night, Ari. Liquid Mafia. You know I can help for the Aussie time zones. That's wait. Let me write your one. Yeah, that's of course a thing. Like when I am sleeping, you guys wake up. I'll write. Thanks, man. I write your name down. Liquid Mafia. There we go. Put it in my phone. I appreciate that, man. Thanks. Yo, KG. KG, also an amazing Elliott Wave analyst who is currently traveling the world. S&P has the, basically, always somewhere else every day. S&P has the possibility of ending a super cycle 1 in the coming 5 to 10 years, though. Sure. Be ready for a very big bear market. 5 to 10 years. Like around 2030, 35, no? QZ World, welcome, man. How you doing? Would be quite special, no? If you end... I would love to be alive, right? Like when you get a super cycle bear market. Yeah, imagine the drama. And then we're just happy trading the moves because we don't care about price. I wonder what the economics are going to do then, though. When do you think we break 32K Bitcoin to get to your 39? Ooh, that's a time question. It depends on the low of a potential C. So, wait, why is the... There we go. So on the high time frame, daily, we are looking for, where is it? This. So the potential end of a 2 or a B, right? Now, usually if we look for a C, like if you get a wave C to the upside after the low is in, you know, low in the more bullish scenario, right? A or 1, and then bounce, move up. The 1-to-1 is important for the end of a wave, potential end of a wave C. But you first need to know the wave 2. So if price makes the low on this green one over here, which is on the 5th of September 23, which is only like 3 weeks, but just imagine, then we could look for, basically the other fib times. Like we could look for, if this is an ABC corrective structure, we'd probably be looking for the C high between 27th of Jan 24 and the 17th of June 24. But the longer this takes, the further away the targets for a potential C are. And if we are in a wave 3, like this is the difference. A C tends to be more lazy, less volume. Wave 3 is parabolic, right? Volume moving up, price moving up. So depending on the move, we can give probabilities to a C or a 3, where C is a bit more lazy. But if we're in a wave 3, it can go a lot quicker, right? A bigger wave 3. So then you have a 1, 2, whoosh, big 3. So yeah, it's like, how long? First, we need to make the low. Then you have to move to the upside, which then has to be an impulse, because this can also be even larger, less likely. But so, you know, low to be made and then moving up. Well, I'll probably be taking 32K. Like this is a bit, right? This is because you don't have the low yet. Probably the highest probability at the moment is that we're not finished yet. So therefore, every time thing I mention is gonna be like, you know, wet finger work, like not a vingerwerk as we say in the Netherlands. So I'd be thinking like either December or early 2024 or something. Can I also be a mod? Of course. But like, are you like, so wait. I say of course, but I don't have any mods yet and stuff. But once the channel grows too much, I need people, or I need some help. Then of course we can have a team together, which of course will be rewarded, because it's the way it is. That's how it should be. But that's the moment where I check the list that I have with people that would be willing to help. And of course, the first members that I would ask to either become a mod or maybe something else, those are the people that I know from the beginning, that I know well, that I've communicated with, that I trust. So I will write your name down, of course, because at least you're in the list. Virgil de Dios. Oh, remove. Made a typo. There we go. No. So always start with the ones I know best and have most the people I know best that were there earliest. Like that's where, of course, I'll start if they want to. Do you have contact to Elliott Wave analyst? Yes. Well, no, not contact, but I know who he is. I would really love to see you both doing a stream together. I'm always open to it. Yeah. I mean, his way of counting and doing Elliott Waves is a little bit different, but you can always learn from other Elliott Wave analysts. And he has a great channel, of course. He has grown tremendously. He I don't know exactly. I think his channel, 2019 or something? Yo, imagine this bull market. He took the whole thing. And yeah, my way of counting can be a bit more different, a bit more detailed in some ways. But yeah, I mean, if he wants to do a live stream, I'm happy to invite him in the live stream as well, if he ever wants to. So I don't have like personal connection to him, but I know who he is, absolutely. And yeah, it would be fun. would be fun. I also respect any other Elliott Wave analysis, like, or analyst, I should say. There's different ways of doing Elliott Waves, and some people use time, some don't. Some people use like different fibs. Some people use, you know, have different ways of analyzing the chart. But the interesting thing is, Elliott Waves is dynamic. You know, everyone has their own way of, you know, I have other confluences I use as well, and it's interesting. So yeah, if you want to hang out once in a stream, I'm absolutely open for it. But of course, I can imagine that, you know, Ben with, I don't know, 140k subs or something, sees this little dude, 3.6k, and he's like, oh, what the fuck? Why, you know? But hey, if he invites me to have a little chat, absolutely cool. And yeah, if he wants to be in one of my streams one time, that's fine as well. You know, I love chatting to other people in the scene. And yeah, but I don't have like his contact or you know, that sort of stuff. Already back in the Netherlands. Aha, you came back. There you go. He's back again. After like, how long were you gone for? KG, like a month and a half, 6 weeks or something? I don't know exactly. Don't know exactly. Let's see what's happening locally now. We got rejected, right? We had that little push to the upside. So at the beginning of this video and in the, I'm not sure if I did. So the beginning of this video is important for what I'm looking for. This stream, I should say, right? People could go to the beginning. So this is a scenario I currently have in mind. Because if we are like, you can on the lower time frames, you can count a 5 waver in here, but then you look for another 5 in either an ABC or 1, 2, 3. So you want to see an impulse, but this move up did not take the high again, and it doesn't really look too wave C-ish, especially after all of this. So therefore, I'm like, you know, it would be nice to go down, wick the low, and then move up, which would be quite nice, no? I think that would be lovely. Take the double bottom, grab the liquidity, and then move up to the triple top. I would not mind. What's CVD doing? Oh, there's some bearish CVD here. Lower high price, higher in yellow. Almost played out. The moment you take these lows over here, the bearish CVD has played out. And we're in the middle of the range, so it's like, for me, a no trading zone here. No. Again, got rejected at the point of control. There you go. 6 weeks. 1 week Croatia, 2 weeks in Thailand, 3 weeks Malaysia. Holy moly. How come Croatia? Because if we think about Thailand, usually it's like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, you know, that sort of stuff. But you actually chose Croatia, Thailand, Malaysia. It's quite a unique travel plan. It's nice though, really nice. I've been to Croatia once, not too long. Not for holiday, it was for work, but I loved it. Beautiful, so much water. Holy shit, so many islands. Weather was great when I was there. Oh wait, let me put this on, yeah, extend to right. I found another Elliott Wave analyst with your same count, but he still has primary as a 1-2-1-2. Invalidation taking 24k. Yeah, I think the double 1-2 is low probability. Like, I don't know how do you count this as a 1-2-1-2? Well, one, two, 1, 2. Yeah, I don't know. It's not my high probability. We also went very, very deep. We hit the 886, which is a rare target for a wave 2, not a common target. We're ranging below the 786. If you hit the 886, you want to really see this, but yeah. which also means you're looking for a 3-wave, or he probably looks, or she looks for a 3-wave here, which also has lower probabilities due to volume and the target, with a 1.618 being hit. So it's an alternative. It's an alternative. Should always keep our mindset open. But it's one of the less likely at the moment for me probabilities. Looking for that low. On Bybit, that low at 24 has already been taken. So it's like, I'm looking for that low to be taken on other platforms. Trading for me is really hard because I live in New Zealand and the time is directly opposite to the UK. Oh, you trade London? If you trade US, then if you wake up in the morning, oh wait, the US market opens when you are sleeping, of course. So you trade Asia mainly. Yeah, times are not easy. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, Asia time zone is I don't know, like New York is often when things get interesting, but also London. I like London. Let me actually check Discord because Liquid Mafia. Yeah, this is a it's an alternative for me. He's probably looking for a WXY here. Which like the WXY could be correct, right? In a wave 2, that's fine. It's also a very shallow wave 2, reaching the 382 and not the 05. 382 is a rare target, I remember here. So it bounced on the 382, rare for a wave 2, common for a wave B. So for a wave 2, preferably a bit more downside. But after this push up, you could think about a new one. That's correct. But then this wave down, this is where the problem is. It's here. So preferably you get a bit more downside, reach the 0.5 at least. A bit of a deeper retracement, make people scared. Sell, sell, sell. Bigger positions buy, and then we return. I guess this red line is his invalidation as well. Oh, and this is probably... Oh, and this is his invalidation for the macro bullish count. He has a WXYXZ as a corrective pattern, which is possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has a flattened 4, but his 3, the 4... I would put that 3 to the right because this move up it's clearly like an impulse, also on the lower time frames, not a 3-wave. So I would put the 3 to the right, but the wave 4 remains on the same place because this is then a double zigzag, which is fine. So then if his 3 moves to the right, you then have over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a bigger 4, and then we have 5. The only thing with this wave 5 is how do you count a clean impulse from this low to that high? Because this sideways structure is so long and there's not, look, this is a straight line and then you have horizontal price action up. There's no wave 2 and a very long wave 4, which it just degree wise and you know the right look doesn't work for me. So he must have, I don't know who this is of course. Oh, wait a minute. This might be Green Star. I don't know. I see the colors of what like is that him? I think he uploads like once a month or something. Ah, I see. Yeah, I recognize his style, the colors here. Ah, yeah, he's good. I like it. But I think he also he must have like he must have like another scenario as well where price goes down, I'm sure. And I would assume that would be something he is looking for based on what you see locally. Yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. He just did a video. Oh well, there we go. Oh, I might want to check that out. He always makes video of like half an hour or 1 hour or something. It's always fun when I eat lunch. In general, like when I eat lunch or stuff, I watch Formula 1 stuff, I watch trading stuff. I watch Lyric. Like there's only one streamer, like there's two streamers I really follow. One is Lyric. He's a variety streamer and I love his YouTube stuff as well. And Spam, which is a Trackmania like streamer, but I know him very well because he used to be a pro, I used to be a pro. And he's Dutch as well, so yeah. He also has an expanded flat scenario. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, so of course there's always multiple scenarios like he has as well. It's just the probabilities that we give to the different scenarios, and yeah, probabilities are a bit higher for the flat at the moment. Looking for that C down, observe the reactions at the support areas, and based on that we continue counting. I think also recently someone asked me a question of wait, let me go in Discord. It was a question, I don't know if it was in the general question section. Oh yeah, here. How can you tell if a wave is finished? So for example, this wave 4. And of course it's a very political correct answer, but it's true. We never know if it's finished because we need the information, right? Like we with what you do with Elliott waves is it gives you probabilities for a direction of price. However, you don't know if it might go a lot higher or lower. That depends on the move that you get. You need to wait for the price action. I remember clearly when we were here. When we were in this range, right? I had two scenarios. We had the bearish ABC for continuation down, or of course you go up. But you don't know till the moment you get that move to the upside. So we have this move up, clear 5-wave structure. We were looking for sideways action and continuation. The question is C or 3. You know, based on probabilities, it was higher, we would move to the upside. But then we get this push over here, this candle. From that moment, the moment you see this coming in, like volume, the push, you're like, okay, you know, hands off. If I'm long, I'm not going to exit for a C, I'm going to ride it. Because there's a potential for a wave 3. But you didn't know. You need the information of the wave's actual forming to then assess probabilities to what is next. So that's why Elliott waves is always changing. It's always changing. The probabilities might be higher over here for a move up. And then if you get the move up, that is when you can give probabilities to what is next. But till the moment you don't have this move up, there's still C or 3 in the bullish scenarios. Those were the two options, but you just don't know what you get. It depends on price. But then we, of course, you know, we got this push to the upside. But that is the same with anything. The same here with this wave 4, right? Like it would be nice for price to take the double bottom before moving up, which is, let's say, a more, I don't know, bearish or bullish scenario. I mean, down, up. That would be very nice. In general, we expect another move to take the triple top. But that's our directional bias. But how price forms to potentially get there and how it reacts at the lows and at the highs, that's up for grabs. We don't know because we don't have the info. But as long as we are more often on the good side of the trend, of the direction, we're good, you know. And then based on new info, we can manage positions and that sort of stuff. Spam RN. Oh, Zoltan Kapusi, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate your time. And RN, it is Spammy J. This dude. I have a very long history with him. He's Dutch as well. I'm Dutch as well. We were both professional gamers in Trackmania. We traveled to World Championships together. We battled together at LAN parties. We battled against one another in semi-finals of the World Championships, you know, everything. And this is me. Right, so yeah, this is World Championship stuff. I might actually have a picture with Spam even somewhere online. Oh, now we get the We also played each other in an offline event in Utrecht, a 1v1. That was nice. That was fun as well. We got many stuff together, but you know, I have to go to Facebook and Instagram to find our pictures together. But yeah, good times, and we're still in touch. What is weird, when the markets were closed, that was when the move occurred. Dead zone time. Yeah, you never really know, right? When markets it's just like when one side dries up, you know, the push happens. And yeah, it's interesting. Any moment in time, you know, it can fly. It's just on average, you could think like, yeah, New York, you know, biggest, like liquidity comes in and potential for the biggest moves. But yeah, sometimes it's at the end, like Friday night or weekend. Or yeah. Got any thoughts on the fact that market leaders as Apple are creating impulses down? Makes me wonder how likely the bullish scenario for Bitcoin is since the stock market dump. Let's have a look. That's interesting. I never really look at traditional markets for Bitcoin, or I don't use any other assets or whatever to give probabilities to Bitcoin. Okay, quite a move down. Quite similar to the wave C, I suppose. Just checking. Looks like a nice 4 compared to a potential 2. So of course, you know, I was looking for potential ABC here to check. Quite a deep C if that's the case. Looks like a nice impulsive move. Yeah, volume is high. New low on lower volume. But yeah. The reason I was looking for potential flat and 4 is because over here this is like a 3-wave structure so far. So that's why I'm looking for a 4. If this is an impulse up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then after 5, correction. Because where is the wave 4 here? No? This is quite a long 2, but we never have a corrective structure that was longer than the 2, which is most common. Yo, RN, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Have a good night. Do you have tips if you start your first Elliott Wave draw on the chart? Yes, I do. Well, yeah, it is. I mean, this is probably the best tip. Put in Elliott Wave templates for your fibs and your trend-based fibs. So go to in the description. You have 2 links. Especially the second one gives you common targets, rare targets, and very rare. Put all your fibs in place and then start counting. It will really, really help you when you pull a fib. You click on the right template and then you can immediately check. So you don't have to change fibs all the time. If you do it once, all your templates, you know, It's easy. But I mean, other than that, it's just practice. It's just practice. Like when I open a new chart, the first thing I do is just I look at the chart. Oh, wait. I've done this once. I gave steps actually in Discord to someone about the first few steps. Step 1. Let's go to a random, what are we going to? Is there any random altcoin here? Yeah, well, I don't know. Let's go to Ethereum. Random altcoin goes to Ethereum. Right. First things first, if you have a new chart, completely empty, what I tend to do, also with other altcoins, is I put a horizontal at the low, and I put a horizontal at the high. Another thing is, do you want to count the whole cycle or only the beginning? You know, if you're only looking for local price action, you don't zoom out to the monthly, you know, but or the weekly. And then I look for impulses. That's going to be number 2. Then you're going to check the length of the impulses. And after the impulses, you go to the lower time frames. And each time, like if you go to the daily over here, try to look for the impulses first, because they are usually easier to recognize and easier to count. So, Koenz coin, yeah. when is Koenz coin? So I would suggest, like, you know, with for example this Bitcoin chart, put a horizontal at the low and the high, so you know your range. Look for the impulses, check the volume, check the rules, check how wave 2 is, check how wave 4 retraced to assess probabilities to this being the end of the impulse, or what is wave 3, what is wave 5. And then go into corrections, because counting corrections is a lot more difficult than counting impulses. It's easier to count impulsive structures. So that is why, as a beginner, it's better to try to look for the impulsive moves and start there. So first start and count the impulses, measure wave 2, measure the target of wave 3, measure a wave 4, measure target wave 5, and then go into the corrective structures. And it just takes practice. Find a random coin, find a random chart, and just do an Elliott wave count from the very beginning. First on the weekly, daily, and then you go to the 4-hour, and you just try to zoom in. And that is what will hone your skills. So I've done that in the past quite often, just doing random coins, random shit, and then for practice. Because the most important thing with Elliott waves is just the experience. You know, it's you can study only so much, and then it comes down to putting it all in practice. Koenz coin. Okay, guys, 2.5 hours. I think I gotta end it soon. Where's my planner? Still got stuff to do. Yep. So on my planner, still got some the mental game of trading exercises coming up as well. Got some other business stuff to do. Make the video for 7 p.m. We're gonna do a video. We have already done the live stream now, right? So a video tonight. See what happens. Maybe we get some action. Let's wait for New York to open in at least 7 minutes. See what New York does, and then we can end it soon after. Yeah. And on Saturday I'll be abroad for a couple of weeks. Oh. So let's see what New York does. Look, 6 minutes left here for New York to open. Might be interesting to observe the first few minutes. By the way, the bearish divergences played out, right? The ones we were looking for over here earlier. Over here on the AGGR chart, lower high on price, higher high on yellow, which now played out because price took the low. So that is now neutralized. We do have, I actually didn't yet speak about news today because the beginning of the week is so calm. But here on Friday, that's when we have some high impact news. Red flags. You know, I don't even know how this Powell dude looks like. I just never I'm not fundamental. I don't know. I just look, oh, the flag is red. Might be volatility coming. Jackson Hole Symposium. I have no idea. No. Apparently it's a multi-day symposium here. I wonder why this day is red though, compared to day 1 and day 3. Interesting. So we have a bit of a bounce, no? I think I was maybe pressing an arrow accidentally, but it went through all the charts. Quick refresh might actually... Oh, first save it. Everything going to shit. Ah, there we go. There we go. So let's see, 4 minutes left for New York to open. Or for the New York Open, and then observe what happens. I think the laptop, we've been online for quite a while. That's a random alarm, which happens when you refresh the chart. My laptop is so incredibly warm. It's insane. I mean, it's a gaming laptop. It can handle it very well, but I can cook an egg on this laptop. It's fucking sick. Even though I have it off, like it's on a stand, you know, it's cooling from the bottom. Holy moly. Don't really know how to cool it. It's already like it's up from the table, so it can suck some air. Maybe you gotta clean the inside of the PC, of the laptop, but get the screwdriver out, clean it up. Maybe there's some dust in there and whatnot, but very, very hot. Let's see if price can move to either or direction. I gotta answer AGGRE in a second. So 2.5 minutes left. Let's see, what is New York gonna give us? Double bottom? Mm-hmm. So after a lot of chatting as well, 2.5 hours in, it starts to become a bit more quiet now as well in the chat. Can save my voice a little bit. It's full-time chatter nowadays. 2 hours, 30 minutes. Some long-ass streams. I've done a lot of streaming as well when I was a professional gamer in the past on Twitch, you know, with the community, streamers doing many different things. Always love streaming, engaging with live viewers. There's just nothing else, you know. Like compare, like, yeah, you can upload videos, you can reply to comments, but having live interaction is a lot of fun. Oh, I will surely keep up streaming. But it's of course 2.5 hours in. It's also time to do something else now, right? Some other stuff. But I wanna first see New York Open for a bit. Oh, here you guys come. All waking up. LJ still listening. Regards from Malta. Nice. I've been in Malta twice for gaming and esports related activities. It was great. It was great. Really good. Good times in Malta. What game were you pro in? Trackmania. It's a racing game. If you like, the name of my channel Koenz has a reason which you can read on. If you go to the website, of course we ups, and then we go to English. Look at that. You guys recognize that big face. And then we go to origin of the Z, right? And this is the history of why my channel is named Koenz. And like Koenz trading comes from my gaming tag in esports. because my in-game name was Koenz with a Z. It started as Koen, became Koenz because of what I have written over here, which is the story. So wherever I go, whatever I do, I will always attach the Z. I always have Koenz. The Z has a meaning, which not many people know, especially on YouTube, because I never really talk about too much what I have done before. But in today's stream, I actually did. Okay, New York opens now. Let's see if we get any direction. But yeah, Koenz comes from my gaming background, which now got, it was very easy. What name for YouTube? Well, Koenz Trading. It's very simple. We love the live analysis. I appreciate it. Yeah, live analysis, live chatting, getting to know you guys a bit better, and vice versa. Actually, I have a problem. If you are pulling a high time frame retrace fib, will you pull it from B or the always from the B? So when you pull Fibonacci's in Elliott waves, preferably you pull them from the pivot points of a move. So from the low at 15.4K, right? If you look at an impulsive structure, which ends here, you pull a fib from the low at 15 to the high over here, right? Not this high. You use the end of the impulsive structure. That's the high you then want to use, because that is the wave. This is a corrective structure. And if you look at this being a impulse, correction, continuation, then the targets for your correction are based on the impulse to the upside, which is then taken from the low to the high. This high is then a wave B high, which is a fake high. You don't pull the fib to this high, you pull it to the high on the left. So you always pull the fibs from the, not necessarily the high or the low, which might, especially for people that might not know Elliott waves, they will likely do that. But you pull it from the wave structure, the beginning of a wave structure, to the end of a wave structure. It is the same on the 4 hour, by the way, with the, or actually on the daily also. It's the same with the ABC. Sometimes I got a question, why is my wave A here, right? And not here? And why, also with the target for C, the targets of C are measured with this pivot, not this pivot. Because this is the end of then an A, because an ABC flat is a 3, 3, 5. If I move this A to the right, then you, in this wave B to the upside here, you only have an impulse. But an impulse cannot be a single structure. It always needs a correction and a continuation unless it is a wave C. Therefore, we think about a 3 wave where the impulse is a wave C, and that is possible. That's why this is then the pivot of A, meaning that the fibs that you pull for C as well as for B are taken from either this high or this low or both, depending on the pull you do. Been in Holland last week. Nice. I actually forgot, did we have good weather or not? Holland is a bit up and down throughout summer, but nice that you were here as well. I mean, it's around the corner. What, 2.5, 3 hour flight, maybe with an overlay or something. I remember I was in the airplane for, I think, 2.5 hours. You were living in Malta for 1 year. Yeah, Malta was fun. It was fun. I mean, in the end, I was there for, of course, business. Oh, wait, I want to go to maps. Wait, maps. It's nice, right? Wait, where are, yeah, right. So, pop. And I was in the party street where I had the hotel as well. It's been a couple of years. You have this party street with all the big hotels. Wait. I don't want to go to LinkedIn now to check my post or my Malta post. It's already a few years ago that I was in Malta, and we were sleeping in we were invited to come over by the government regarding esports, because you guys have a young dude in the government and he loves esports, so he puts money in esports. Yeah, I'm gonna check. I have the guys on LinkedIn. Non-related stuff here. Check price, by the way. See what Bitcoin is doing quick, no? And then we go Malta. I must be able to find the dude from Malta. Must be like Gaming Malta. Where's the guy? He has such a recognizable face. I want to have first connections. Where is this? Oh, here. There you go. Kirsten Schurup, Malta Esports Association. He is Julian Goffin, Financial Institutions Malta also. Oh, here. Simon. Right, that's the guy. Eden Leisure Group. That's a very big group in Malta. They own like a lot of stuff like cinema, party places, hotels, and we slept in, or he invited us in his hotel. We had dinner on the rooftop with him and his partner as well, and a group of government people. It was really fun. So Simon was there as well. Yeah. Oh, here, Ivan, this dude, Ivan Filetti. He is the guy that is like really active in esports in Malta, or at least was. I don't know if he still is. Oh yeah, Gaming Malta, 8 years and 6 months. Yeah, man, he's such a great guy. He's a really funny dude. That one. Yeah, he was there as well. Yeah, great fun. See everyone that pulled from B. That's why they got liquidated. Let's see what happens now. Wow. Look at the volatility, eh? It's coming in. Let's see what happens now. It's coming home. I do have to go soon, though. I have a lot of other stuff planned still. It now took this low as well. See if we get some continuation. But 3.5 hours, Haarlem. Oh, that's nice. I think it's Peaceville, St. Julius. All young people from West Europe landing in Peaceville. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Eden Leisure Group. Yeah, I remember I was there. That's nice. Spike down. Yep. Well, I would like look, as mentioned, I think twice now in the video, it would be nice to do this, because if we're looking for an A, B, and then a C, this C is usually quite quick as well. But this is already a very long sideways structure. So, you know, probabilities, yeah, are on the side to eventually take the triple top. But I think more locally, it might be better to first take the double bottom. But now price is in the middle of the range. Something I learned quite early on as well is do not trade to your levels, trade from your levels. There's a very, very big difference in that. Because, for example, if we're looking for the triple top or the double bottom, we have interest both of these areas, right? I don't care if it goes up first or down first, you know. But if this is an area of interest and this is an area of interest, I learned in the past that I'm not trading to my levels of interest. I'm trading from my level of interest, meaning I first wait for price to get there, right? Let the chart show itself first before entering based on, you know, your plan and your strategy. So we just wait patiently. What happens here? Got a big of a wick now. Might move up, might move down. We don't know, right? We'll just wait and observe. It's nice to see a bit of volatility, though. Well, so yeah, in about 2 hours, see if we get the triple top or double bottom first. But eventually, it would be nice to reach here, like the daily naked point of control. Where is it? Oh, here. 26450 eventually, but I wouldn't mind doing this first, like wick the low, grab the liquidity, make people scared. But yeah, we don't know. We can only trade our plans. That's also why I got an alarm here, right? I got an alarm at like the lows over here, because if price gets there, I wanna have time to observe what happens. Price moves up, that's why I have an alarm over here as well at the triple top, so I know. Spot the naked point of controls. Check my naked point of control video. That's the easiest I can. Wait, I already have a tab open. Let me quickly find this one for you. It's in the educational playlist on YouTube. I got it. And then share, and this is the link you're looking for. I'll show a little bit about naked point of controls there. Well, basically most of what you need to know really about naked points. Important support and resistance areas. Okay, how long are we live for now? Shoo, 2 hours 45 minutes exactly. It's time to fly, and let's see if Bitcoin can fly as well or not. We'll see, but got some other stuff to do. It's been a good stream, had fun. Thanks everyone for hanging out. It's been a long stream as well, another one, 2 hours and 45 minutes, shebang. But yeah, other business stuff is calling as well. We'll see what Bitcoin does, no? Got the alarm set at the low and the high. And we'll see. For the analysis part, go to the beginning of the video, because that's where the analysis happened. After that, it was chatting with all you guys. But it's time to move. Liquid Mafia, Joshua, Pahalia, Dollars GPC, Flotty, Wesd. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out, and of course all the others that participated in the stream as well. Thanks for being here, and yeah, let's see. Triple top is interesting. A double bottom is interesting. If the triple top is taken, this target box is interesting to me. So let's observe the reaction if price gets there, right? So Third Mate Gaming, Kind Profile, LJ. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good morning wherever you live in the world. And tonight, 7 p.m. Central East European Time, another update. So hopefully something happened. And yeah, the next stream, who knows? But you will know, because yeah, you will just see me live again. So thanks for being here. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye-bye.